My beloved child, come closer. Sit with me for a moment and let your heart rest. I see the way you have been carrying this quiet ache inside you, the one you rarely speak out loud. You wonder how love can feel so real and yet feel delayed, how something so deep can still feel blocked, as if an invisible wall stands between you and the fullness of what you long for. I want you to know first, before anything else, that my love for you is not confused, not hesitant, and not divided. I love you deeply, completely, and without reserve. I see the way you love him. I see how your heart reaches for him with sincerity, patience, and hope. You have not loved carelessly. You have not loved selfishly. You have loved with tenderness, with faith, with the kind of devotion that asks for understanding instead of control. That matters to me. I have counted every tear you wiped away in silence, every night you lay awake asking me why love can feel so close and yet not fully arrive. I was there in those moments, even when you felt alone. You are right about one thing, his past still stands between you. But listen to me carefully now, his past is not greater than my power, and it is not a reflection of your worth. The memories he carries, the wounds he has not fully healed, the attachments that still echo in his heart, these are not signs that you are lacking. They are signs that he is still learning how to let go. And letting go is not as simple as wanting to. It requires courage, truth, and healing that only I can complete. You have asked yourself many times why he can love you and yet still be held back. You wonder why his eyes soften when he looks at you, why his presence feels sincere, and yet why something unseen still pulls him backward. I want you to understand this: love does not erase the past overnight. Even deep love can coexist with unresolved pain. That does not make his love fake, but it does mean his heart is still in transition. Do not mistake delay for rejection. Do not confuse his inner struggle with your value. You are not second. You are not an option. You are not competing with a memory. What you are witnessing is a soul standing between what was and what could be, afraid of losing what is familiar even when it no longer serves him. Fear often clings to the past because the past is known, even when it hurts. I know there are moments when you feel tired of being patient. Moments when you ask me, why do I have to be the strong one? Why do I have to wait while his past still has influence? My child, your patience is not weakness. It is not silence. It is not submission to pain. Your patience is evidence of your depth, but I do not ask you to wait without purpose. I am not asking you to pause your life or your joy. I am asking you to trust that I am working even when you cannot see movement. His past stands between you now, but it will not stand forever. Nothing unresolved can remain hidden when love is real. Eventually, truth demands a decision. Either he will face what still holds him, or it will become impossible for him to move forward. And when that moment comes, clarity will replace confusion. I will not allow you to stay indefinitely in uncertainty. I am a God of order, not emotional chaos. I want you to guard your heart, not by closing it, but by anchoring it in me. Do not let waiting turn into self-doubt. Do not let silence turn into stories that hurt you. When you feel the ache rising, bring it to me instead of letting it grow in your thoughts. I am close to you in this season. Closer than you realize. I am teaching you discernment, not disappointment. You may feel like you are standing still, but you are growing. You are learning what love should feel like, and what it should not demand. You are learning that love does not require you to shrink, chase, or prove yourself. The right love meets you in truth, not confusion. Whether that truth unfolds through healing, release, or transformation, I will lead you gently through it. Do not rush the outcome. Do not pressure your heart to accept answers before they are ready to be revealed. I am aligning things beyond what you can see. I am working in his heart in ways you cannot control and should not try to. And I am also working in you, strengthening your sense of worth, sharpening your intuition, and deepening your trust in me. Remember this: if love is meant to grow, it will grow in freedom, not bondage to the past. And if something must fall away for your peace to rise, I will give you the grace to release it without breaking you. You will not lose yourself in this story. I will not allow that. Stay with me. Breathe. You are seen. You are loved. And this season, no matter how heavy it feels, will not last forever. My beloved, I know you are still listening. I can feel the quiet longing in your heart, the way you are searching not just for answers, but for reassurance that you are not loving in vain. Let me speak to you gently now, because this part of the journey requires tenderness, not force. There are days when you sense his closeness, when his words feel sincere and his presence feels safe. In those moments, your heart whispers, "This is real." And then there are days when distance appears without warning, when old memories surface in him, when something unsaid creates space between you. That back and forth has been exhausting for you, hasn't it? I see how it drains your spirit. I see how you question yourself after those moments, wondering if you did something wrong, wondering if you loved too much or hoped too deeply. My child, hear me clearly, you did not cause his hesitation. You did not create his inner conflict. You are not the reason his past still has a voice. His past is loud because it was never fully healed. Pain that is ignored does not disappear, it waits. And now that real love has entered his life through you, that pain feels threatened. That is why it resists. That is why it stands between you. Not because you are lacking, but because true love exposes what is unresolved. I want you to understand something very important. You are not meant to compete with his past. You are not meant to prove that you are better, kinder, or more worthy. Love is not a comparison. The moment you start measuring yourself against memories, you step into a battle that was never yours to fight. That battle belongs to him, and ultimately, it belongs to me. There is a reason I have not rushed this situation. There is a reason I have allowed things to unfold slowly. If I moved faster than his healing, the foundation would crack later. If I silenced his past before he was ready to confront it, it would resurface in another form. I am not delaying your happiness, I am protecting your future. Still, I know waiting hurts. Waiting feels unfair when your heart is ready but the circumstances are not. Waiting can make you feel invisible, even when you are deeply loved. In those moments, I want you to remember this truth: waiting does not mean you are forgotten. Waiting means I am arranging what you cannot yet see. You have been asking me quietly, how long? My child, I do not measure time the way you do. I measure readiness. And readiness involves more than desire, it involves courage, honesty, and surrender. He must choose to let go of what no longer belongs in his present. That choice cannot be forced by love alone. It must come from within. Do not let your heart grow bitter during this season. Bitterness will not protect you, it will only harden what is meant to remain soft. Stay honest with me. If you feel tired, tell me. If you feel afraid, bring that fear to me. If you feel like pulling away, sit with me before you decide. I am not disappointed by your emotions. I welcome them, and let me say this gently but firmly, you are allowed to have boundaries. Loving deeply does not mean enduring endless uncertainty. Trust me to show you when patience becomes sacrifice and when sacrifice becomes harm. I will not confuse you if you stay close to me. My peace will guide you more clearly than fear ever could. You are learning what it means to be loved without losing yourself. That lesson is sacred. Whether this love moves forward into fullness or transforms into something else entirely, you will not leave this season empty-handed. You will leave stronger, wiser, and more aware of your worth. Do not rush to conclusions. Do not write endings before I finish the story. I am still working, quietly, deeply, intentionally. And I promise you this, the love meant for you will not remain trapped behind yesterday forever. It will meet you in freedom, clarity, and peace. My precious one, remain still with me. Let your heart settle into my presence, because what I am unfolding now is delicate, and it is meant to touch the deepest places within you. I know there is a part of you that wonders if loving like this is costing you too much. You have asked yourself if you are holding on out of faith or out of fear. I want you to know that I see the difference, and I am guiding you even when the line feels blurred. You have been strong for a long time. Strong in your silence. Strong in your understanding. Strong in the way you give space even when your heart longs for closeness. But strength does not mean you are not tired. It does not mean you do not need reassurance. I am aware of the moments when you feel your hope weakening, when you wonder if you are being prepared for something beautiful or being taught how to let go. Both paths require trust, and I will walk with you through either one. His heart is not divided because he does not care. It is divided because parts of him are still living in yesterday. He remembers who he used to be, who he used to love, who he used to hurt, and who hurt him. Those memories shape his hesitation. You are not facing an enemy, you are facing unhealed history. And history, when unresolved, often disguises itself as loyalty, guilt, or responsibility. I know you sometimes ask me why love must be so complicated. Why two hearts that feel aligned must still struggle to meet fully. My child, love reveals truth before it reveals comfort. And right now, truth is rising. What he has buried cannot stay hidden forever, especially not in the presence of real connection. That is why things feel intense, slow, and emotionally heavy all at once. Do not underestimate what your presence has already done. You have brought light into places he avoided. You have shown him what safety feels like. You have reminded him that love does not have to wound in order to be deep. Even if you do not see the full fruit yet, seeds have been planted. Seeds do not announce themselves while they grow. They work quietly. Unseen, beneath the surface, but hear me clearly now, because this matters greatly. Your purpose is not to heal him. Your purpose is not to wait indefinitely for him to choose. Your purpose is to remain aligned with me, to honor your heart, and to stay open without abandoning yourself. I will never ask you to lose your dignity in the name of love. I will never call you to beg for what should be given freely. There may come a moment when his past demands a decision from him. A moment when standing still becomes more painful than moving forward. That moment cannot be rushed, but it cannot be avoided either. When it arrives, truth will speak louder than fear. And you will know, without guessing, without questioning, where you stand. Until then, I ask you to rest in me, not in outcomes. Let your peace come from my presence, not from his certainty. Let your value be rooted in who you are to me, not in how quickly someone else heals. You are already whole in my eyes. You are already chosen. You are already deeply loved. If at any point your heart feels like it is shrinking instead of expanding, pay attention. Love should stretch you gently, not suffocate you. I will give you clarity when it is time to step forward or step back. I will not leave you confused if you keep listening. Trust that I am protecting you, even in the waiting. Trust that no love meant for you will require you to betray yourself. And trust that whatever unfolds from here, union or release, will lead you closer to peace, not farther from it. My beloved child, I am still here with you. I have not stepped away, and I have not gone silent. Even in the moments when you feel nothing is changing, I am present, watching the quiet movements of your heart and the unseen shifts taking place around you. This season has been teaching you how to listen beyond words, how to feel beyond actions, how to trust beyond appearances. There are moments when you feel an urge to reach out, to ask for clarity, to seek reassurance from him. And there are moments when something inside you holds back, sensing that answers cannot be forced without causing harm. That inner tension you feel is not confusion, it is discernment forming. You are learning when to speak and when to be still. That wisdom is growing in you, even if it feels uncomfortable. I know you worry that time might weaken love. You fear that distance might dull the connection, that waiting might cause hearts to drift. But true love is not fragile in the way fear suggests. What is real does not disappear because of pauses. What is genuine does not dissolve because of silence. If something fades simply because it was tested by time, then it was not meant to carry your future. His past has shaped him, but it does not own him. Still, ownership must be surrendered willingly. I am working in the quiet places of his conscience. Places you cannot reach and should not try to enter. There are conversations he is having within himself, moments when he feels the weight of unfinished chapters, moments when he realizes that holding on is costing him peace. These realizations take time because they challenge identity, not just memory. Do not interpret his inner struggle as a lack of love for you. Love can be present even when courage is still developing. But also remember this: love alone is not enough to build a future. Readiness matters. Healing matters. Choice matters. And I am faithful to ensure that you are not bound to someone who is unable to meet you in truth. You have been asking me for a sign, something clear that tells you whether to keep believing or begin releasing. My child, signs are not always dramatic. Sometimes the sign is how you feel after you pray. Sometimes it is whether peace increases or decreases over time. Sometimes it is whether you are growing more confident or more anxious. I speak through peace more than through urgency. Pay attention to how your spirit responds, not just how your heart longs. Your heart feels deeply, but your spirit perceives truth. When you bring this situation to me and sit quietly, notice whether you feel grounded or unsettled. I will guide you through that gentle awareness. I will not shout over your fears, but I will whisper through your calm, you are not behind. You are not missing your moment. You are not being punished by delay. This time is shaping you into someone who can recognize healthy love without confusion. You are learning that you deserve consistency, honesty, and emotional safety. These lessons are preparing you for a love that does not require constant interpretation. If he chooses healing, you will see it, not in promises, but in action. Not in emotional words, but in clarity. And if he chooses to remain tied to what no longer serves him, you will feel a release within you that feels sad, yet strangely peaceful. Either way, I will not let this season define you by pain. Do not fear the outcome. Fear only steals joy from the present. Whatever unfolds will not undo you. You will not be left empty. I am a God who restores, who redirects, who renews. I do not waste tears, and I do not waste love. Everything you have given with sincerity will return to you in wisdom, strength, and future joy. Remain open, but remain anchored. Hope, but do not lose yourself in hoping. Love, but do not abandon your own needs. I am teaching you balance, the kind that leads to lasting peace. Stay close to me. I am guiding every step, even the ones that feel uncertain. And I promise you, the love meant for you will meet you without hesitation, without shadows from the past, and without fear standing in the way. My cherished one, breathe with me for a moment. Let the weight you've been carrying loosen its grip, even just a little. You don't have to hold everything together on your own. I am near, closer than your next thought, closer than the ache in your chest that comes and goes without warning. I know there are moments when you replay conversations in your mind, searching for hidden meaning, wondering if you missed a sign or misunderstood a feeling. You wonder if his silence means struggle or certainty, if his warmth means progress or simply comfort. My child, your heart has been working so hard to understand what your spirit is still learning to trust. I see that effort, and I do not judge it. But I want to gently free you from the burden of constant interpretation. You were never meant to analyze love into clarity. Love that is meant to stay becomes clear on its own. It does not demand that you decode it every day. It does not keep you in a state of emotional alertness, wondering what tomorrow will bring. When love is aligned with my will, it brings peace alongside passion, security alongside longing. Anything that consistently robs you of peace is asking to be examined, not excused. His past still speaks to him, and sometimes its voice grows louder when things between you feel closer. That can be confusing and painful for you. You may feel like every step forward is followed by a step back. But understand this: when someone approaches healing, resistance often rises before release happens. Old attachments fight hardest when they sense they are about to lose control. That does not mean healing won't happen, it means a choice is approaching. Yet I want you to remember something vital: his choice is not your responsibility. You cannot love him into readiness. You cannot sacrifice enough to speed up his healing. You cannot be more patient to earn certainty. Those beliefs will only drain you. Your role is not to fix, rescue, or wait endlessly. Your role is to remain true to yourself and faithful to me. There is a tenderness in you that is rare. You love with depth, empathy, and understanding. But tenderness must be protected, not exploited, even unintentionally. If at any point you feel like you are shrinking your needs to keep the connection alive, pause. That pause is wisdom, not fear. I am teaching you that real love does not require self-erasure. I know part of you is afraid of letting go, not because you want pain, but because you invested hope. You invested time, emotion, prayer, and imagination. Let me reassure you, nothing invested in sincerity is ever lost. Even if the shape of this relationship changes, what you gained, self-awareness, emotional maturity, discernment, will stay with you. You are not walking away empty if things shift. You are walking forward wiser. I am also preparing your heart to recognize when effort becomes imbalance. Love flows both ways. When it is time for movement, it will not come with confusion, it will come with alignment. You will feel it in your spirit before you see it with your eyes. That calm knowing will rise within you, steady and clear. Until that moment arrives, I ask you to be gentle with yourself. Do not rush your emotions to resolve. Do not pressure your heart to be strong every day. Some days, faith looks like trust. Other days, it looks like rest. Both are holy. Stay connected to me, not just through questions, but through stillness. Let me quiet the noise around your thoughts. Let me remind you who you are apart from any relationship, whole, chosen, deeply loved. You are not waiting to become worthy. You already are. I am holding the timeline. I am guarding your heart. And I am leading you toward a love that will meet you without hesitation, without unresolved shadows, and without asking you to dim your light. My beloved child, this is the place where I want you to rest. Not because everything is resolved yet, but because you no longer need to carry the weight of what is unresolved. I am asking you now to place it fully in my hands, the questions, the waiting, the quiet ache, the hope you've been guarding so carefully. You have done all you can do with love. The rest belongs to me. I know how deeply you feel things. I know how your heart does not love halfway, how when you care with your whole being. That is not a flaw. That is a gift. But even gifts must be held with wisdom. You were never meant to bleed just to prove that your love is real. You were never meant to stay in emotional limbo to show your loyalty. Love that comes from me does not require you to suffer in silence to survive. There will come a moment, quiet, unmistakable, when everything becomes clear. Not dramatic, not rushed, not forced. Clear. Either his heart will step fully into the present, free from the grip of yesterday, ready to love you with wholeness and courage. Or you will feel a gentle loosening inside you. A release that no longer feels like loss, but like peace arriving after a long night. And whichever way it unfolds, you will recognize my hand in it. Do not fear that moment. You will not fall apart. You will not regret loving. You will not look back and wish you had been colder or less open. One day you will thank yourself for loving honestly, even in uncertainty. You will see how this season refined you rather than broke you. I want you to hear this deeply now. You are not waiting to be chosen. You are already chosen, by me. You are not waiting for love to arrive so your life can begin. Your life is already meaningful, already sacred, already guided. No human decision has the power to diminish what I have placed inside you. If love is meant to continue, it will meet you in truth, consistency, and peace. It will not keep you guessing. It will not ask you to dim your needs. It will not arrive carrying unresolved shadows. And if love is meant to change form, I will transform your pain into strength and your tears into wisdom. I will never leave you empty-handed. Release the need to control the outcome. Release the fear of endings. Trust that I am far more invested in your peace than you realize. I am not leading you into confusion. I am leading you into clarity, step by step, breath by breath. Tonight, let your heart be light. You do not have to solve tomorrow. You do not have to protect yourself from every possibility. Just stay close to me. Let me be enough in this moment. You are deeply loved. You are protected. You are never alone. And the love meant for you, whether it blooms here or meets you later, will never stand behind the past. It will walk toward you freely, fully, and without fear. Rest now, my child. I am with you.